The Top Knot Creative Show, the Top Knot Creative Show. Seeking super smart, super talented superheroes. How to be wow over the world and all around. The Top Knot Creative Show, the Top Knot Creative Show.
Hello everyone, this is Shantae Schrader and welcome to the show where we seek out the super smart, super talented, and basically the superheroes who are taking over the world and making it super wow. Today we are talking with Heddi Cundle and I'm so excited. She is the co-founder of MyTab. Simply put, MyTab is a social traveling gift card. It's a place you can save cash, travel cash, and shout, "Put it on my tab" to friends and family to contribute towards your celebration trip. And there's so much more that can be done with this. But before I jump into that, I actually want you to hear about this product, this amazing thing from the founder, Heddi. Heddi, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
No, thank you. This is fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Now, I was telling you, I'm so excited, but let's, for our listeners, assuming they know nothing about them, please tell us what MyTab is.
Okay, so in a nutshell, it's a different way of doing travel. It's a travel gift card. It's all online on mytab.co, not .com. And it's where you can save travel cash. And as you mentioned, you can shout, "Hey, my birthday, anniversary, wedding, graduation, study abroad, etc. is coming up. Can you put the money on my tab, even for obviously the holiday season as well?" So friends and family then chip in and they contribute towards your trip. And all you're doing is just using the funds towards travel all within MyTab. We partner with Expedia, so you've got thousands of flights and hotels to choose from and no restrictions. And the more you fund your trip, the better the exclusive deal we can give to you, which we're introducing this year, which is called Match My Cash. So we know that we've got thousands of customers heading over to Lisbon. Then we will be in touch with, say, for example, United Airlines and say, you know what, it's a slow time of the year for you. We've got a cash-rich audience ready that wants to book. Give us an exclusive deal and match near towards the average amount of their total combined funds. So the customer is having a happier experience on searching, travel, and booking because they've got money in their account. Even if they've saved it, it feels like free cash. People that have gifted you know their money's not going to get discarded like 30 billion or the $100 billion gift cards a year, not redeemed. And the industry, it stabilizes their prices because they've got revenues at times that they usually wouldn't do. So everything's so much more exciting for them because they've got this amazing cash-rich captured audience. And we will then eventually be eliminating all these flash deals and these last-minute prices that go through the roof, which frustrates everybody. So it's a very simple concept, but it's incredibly powerful, and it's tons of fun.
So fun. Plus, you're alleviating that that crunch that everyone has when they're like, "What do I get someone that I know they'll use and love?" Oh my gosh.
That's a big thing. That's a really big thing to us because when we see that like 30 billion of the 100 billion, as I mentioned before, a third of the gift cards that are purchased a year are not used because you don't know what to buy somebody and you're a bit stuck. You know that they're going to use it towards a trip, or you don't know what to buy them, but you know, probably for the holiday season, you can give them travel cash on MyTab. If you Facebook friends with them, you actually sign into MyTab or sign up. Find the Facebook friends and gift friends, instantly gift them and post on the wall. So when they sign up to MyTab for the first time with their Facebook account, the cash is waiting, and then it's like, okay, this is now more emotional than just giving me a gift card. Where can I really use this money? And then they can set reminders for themselves or with traveling friends. They can save cash, and we don't have restrictions or expiration dates. And if you don't use all your funds on that one trip, use it for the next trip on MyTab. It's not a big deal.
Or you can gift it. You can pay it forward.
And you can re-gift it over to a friend if you want to. Absolutely. You can re-gift if maybe a bunch of you are taking a trip and maybe one friend hasn't got enough cash and you've saved or you've had more money into your fund. Absolutely no problem, re-gift it to a friend. And we take care of all the PayPal transaction fees. We just don't think it's very fair to charge customers a transaction fee when we have a very good business model. And it's like the baker giving somebody a birthday cake and keeping a slice for himself. It's like, no, you know what? Just give them the whole cake. So we do take care of the fees.
Well, that's revolutionary right there.
Yeah, that's not been done, and that hasn't been done before, and that's why we have so many other business ideas of making money. That's why we don't charge our customers for transactions. We don't offer any, whether it's gifting, re-gifting, or saving, and we don't charge them at the time of booking either. We make our money from the travel suppliers.
That's so great. Okay, I go to mytab.co, which is co, not com, co. And I see here, it's really simple. I mean, it's just so simple. For our listeners, you, right on the page, it's, I want to create a trip, or I want to contribute to a trip. There's just, those buttons. So clearly, we all want to create a trip right away. So walk us through what happens after I click that button.
Oh, we did a really, really nice design actually a couple of months ago, because we were looking at, when people go to travel sites, I mean, we partner with Expedia, but when they go to Expedia, they usually have an idea of a destination in mind, but because we're working on the emotion behind the trip before the destination, we were seeing customers were a bit stuck, like, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Maybe friends have gifted me and I've got money on my fund now. Where am I going to go? So what we did was we created for the gift me towards my trip. You go to the first step, which is basically you create your trip wherever you want to go, and you can add photos, you can add colours to your trip, so it's like a call to action. It will remind you of something warm and fuzzy, like if you're planning a trip to Rio, it might remind you of the red colour, so whenever you get a reminder coming through, it's like, oh, that Rio reminds me of red, and it's exciting and it's vibrant. And then you sign up to MyTab with a user or password, or you sign up with your Facebook account. Then you can post out on Facebook, Twitter, or you can email one friend or multi-friend saying, hey, it's my birthday this year, I do not want lipstick, I don't want socks, just put it on my tab because I'm thinking about a trip now to maybe go to the East Coast. And then you can set reminders for yourself or with traveling friends, and then you're in the site. So then you set the reminders, maybe save $20 every week or $10 every week, maybe set reminders with a group of friends that we've got to remember our passports and book a rental car and check in for the flight. And then you can just very simply just either make your profile settings public or private or part of that. That's totally your choice. And again, if you want to do another shout out, hey, my birthday's getting nearer, there's a few friends here, just in case, you can re-remind them. So it's a kind of way of doing it as opposed to, hey, just give me cash because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it and I might end up paying for a utility bill, which sometimes could probably be the case. So that's the creating the trip. The contribute is literally, the creating the trip is only like a 4-step process, but it's a fun one. And then the contribute trip is you just click on the link, sign up with your Facebook account. Obviously, we don't spam anybody. We hate spam. Sign up with your Facebook account, and you can see which friends are taking trips on a map, and then you can instantly gift them, and then you're now in the site.
I love this. I'm just like so wiggly about this. Because one, I imagine there are so many trips that people think about and think someday, ... And these somedays, one, you're taking action and you don't know if it's going to be, a couple months from now, but that's okay. You're mind mapping, you're putting it out there, and then you're getting other people involved, which, how many trips do you think become realities that would not have otherwise become that?
Well, this is interesting because usually when you're searching around for a trip, you're looking to go to a site like a Expedia or Orbitz to be able to book that one particular trip down. With ours, on average, customers are creating 3 dream trips at a time. So this is the one that's a reality one that I'm thinking I'm going to be definitely taking this year. The dream one is maybe there's also like for the holidays, okay, I've got to do that one. My parents are going to go nuts with me if I don't go home, so that's like the compulsory one. And then they've got the other ones we've introduced in the drop down when you can give the purpose of the trip, because we just want to see the patterns of accumulated data, never individual customer data. We'll never do that, and that's only for our internal use. We've added from customer demand the World Cup and the Olympics. So people are like, I really want to go 2016 to the Olympics, and they're already creating trips. So that's like the future dream trip. So they're actually creating 3 trips at a time now.
And then with knowing that a number of people are going to go to the Olympics, that's where the MyCash part comes into it again.
That's a match my cash, yes. If we know, and this has never been done before, but there's no reason why not, because it's so logical and doable. We just go to the airlines. Usually it's like 340 days out you can book a trip, a flight. We could be getting in touch with the airlines in next year, 2014, and saying, you know what, we've got customers that have got 20,000 customers that have got, say, for example, $800 on their account. your published rates are $900. Can you do as an exclusive deal? Or our customers have 700. You've got a rate of 900. Can you do as an exclusive deal a really early bird for 725? Because then you know that you're going to get your revenue up front. You know that you're going to get your bookings up front from it. And our customers know for the first time ever, they sit back and we just email them over a deal, because the more we're funding, the more we can negotiate lower prices, and that's never been done in crowdfunding before, making the money work.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. We love it. We love our company. We do. It's just simple, but it's brilliant.
It is. It's one of those ideas that you're like, why did someone not think of this before now?
I know. But that's when you look at something like Facebook. I mean, friends that you get in touch with or you speak to regularly, who you went to school with that you knew when you were 5 years old, just a way to communicate. Mm-hmm. And Friendster was around, but Facebook just did it in a different way. You look at Yahoo was around for a long time, and Google did it in a different way. Gift cards, travel have been around for a long time. Crowdfunding is new. We just merged it together and made it work in a very powerful way, which helps the customer and it helps the industry and it stabilizes the economy. Because if you're looking for a last-minute price to Rio, the prices are now not going to be through the roof for the Olympics, because they've got so many revenues coming up front from our customers that they don't need to be jacking up the prices to an extortionate level like they did with South Africa with the last World Cup, when the prices went three times the amount, which was nuts.
Right. I mean, these are concepts that we all know and that have stay power. It's the leverage marketing. I even had someone talk to me about crowdfunding and said, it's actually been around for a long time. It's just, if you think of the March of Dimes is considered crowdfunding, and you put it in those terms, and that's when you're like, yes, we're all inspired to contribute to something worthwhile. And we all want to have that.
What they've all done is that they've all got isolated incidents. So when you go to travel, you're going to be doing an isolated incident, and do your friends know where you're going or what's happening? Maybe they know, maybe they don't know, maybe you tell them. Mm-hmm. If you're gifting somebody, once you've gifted them the cash, do you know what happened with that money? Where did it go to? Did it go into a PayPal account? Okay, it was maybe for a gift card. Did they use it? And again, if you're doing crowdfunding, the cash out. So did that crowdfunding, I mean, obviously you look at like some amazing results that have come through, like the watches that have come through, the Pebble watches, but you've got no guarantees that they actually converted that into an actual product, say on Kickstarter. True. That could have just been, we're just going to cash in, that didn't work and we're working on something else. With ours, you see, we turn it, as opposed to individual staccato incidents of a gifter and a crowdfunder and travel, we turn it into a full life cycle, and that generates the hype. Because the biggest problem in travel, you love the idea of the trip, and you're really excited, and then you are so excited when you're on the plane, but actually searching for the trip is the biggest pain out there, and nobody's ever addressed that part.
Until now.
Until now! And then we just clinched it, and it was so easy to do, because each step just moved to the next. We created this in 2005. I created this in 2005, and I sat on it for a while. The timing wasn't right, and then I started doing it, and people were like, "But this is such a no-brainer." We're like, "I know, but it's not. We're not inventing the wheel. What we're doing is we're making it spin in a different way." Very simple.
Which, I mean, it's what the world needs anymore.
Thank you.
Let's stop spending in the same way. It's insanity. Now, let's talk about you. You do have a background in public relations and marketing, as well as travel.
Very extensive. I've been doing travel for over 20 years, but I've been working a lot with lifestyle brands as well, and small and large brands, and working with lots of big affiliate collaborations. So my background is very much on the lifestyle and the consumer, PR, marketing, branding, advertising, and all things flamboyant and fantastically creative. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about with this.
Okay, so when did you launch MyTab?
So we launched 2 years ago. I created the idea in 2005 on a whim. Mm-hmm. Just randomly, just hit me one day, actually during an interview with a travel company. And then I sat on it, and then it came down to like, was it around 2009, early 2010? And I'm like, no, actually it might have been like, oh God, this is terrible now. Was it? Oh yeah, 2010. And I spoke to a few companies, a few corporations, and a few individuals. I spoke to Terry Jones, the founder of Travelocity, and Scott Case, the founding CTO of Priceline, and I spoke to American Express Travel. And I'm like, listen, you don't know who I am. random, but I've got big tenacity on this one, and I'm just going to throw it out to you. What do you think of this idea? And I got really, really big thumbs up, and I'm like, right, just absolutely, completely go for it. Just go for it. You've never done a startup. You've never created a company before. It was non-negotiable. And in 2011, we launched.
And, okay, so it's been a couple of years and obviously all sorts of proof that it's as genius as you thought it would be. What's the next step? What's the 5-year, 10-year vision for you?
Oh, God, I've got a lot going on. Okay, so some I can talk about and some I can't because I'm going to internally combust and it's very exciting. But what I can talk about is that we're going to be, at the moment now, it's not primarily for US, but the US audience can, we call them MyTabbers. They can use the full feature set. For anybody outside the US, because we're running under the US gift card laws, they can gift an American friend towards a trip, friend or family member, but they can't save themselves. Now, in the next few months, we'll be launching globally, so anybody around the world will be able to then book travel, even low-cost carrier travel as well, from any destination to any destination. So that's going to be a big one for us, because Americans, we see, have a very big spending culture, and the rest of the world have a very big saving culture. So that's going to be a really good synergy. We're also creating a mobile app, which is the one that I can't really go into because it has a very strong link to the website, but in a really unique twist that goes against the grain of usual kind of travel apps. It's not going to be a smaller version of what we have on the website. It's going to have a different twist, but it will spin back to the website. It is based on inspiration trips, but I can't say much more than that. And then over the next few years, licensing our technology out to large corporations and small ones who you want to use gifting, saving, planning, sharing, and booking. And also developing MyTab, so we also then ourselves as a business, you can save for a car, you can save for snowboarding or ski equipment, like sporting goods, you can save for appliances, large electronics, household decor, like furniture, etc. So it then turns into everything that I've had over the last 20 years of lifestyle. So there's some things I can't talk about, but the overall is it's just pretty much global domination in the next 5 years, which is totally doable.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
So if you believe it and you know it and it's working, there's no reason why you can't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I mean, that's what I was saying in the intro. We seek out the people who are taking over the world and making it super wow, and you actually are.
We've actually changed the world. We're just waiting for the rest of the planet just to catch up. We've actually changed it. we just want more for you to pick up speed.
Hey, I am totally happy for you to just like to be the leader in this crusade. That's amazing. Now, if people, our listeners, want to make sure that one, they're going to go get their account, but if they want to be apprised of each new step, new expansion, where's the best place for them to go?
Are you talking about for customers, you mean?
Just to know what the next thing is coming and when it's launched so that they can be...
Oh, okay. So the next thing that's going to be coming up is global. What we didn't do is that, a lot of companies, they feel they have to keep accelerating and introducing more and more features. We've laid the foundations already. There's nothing dramatic more that we need to add to the basic feature set. What we're actually doing is pushing very heavily on more customers and more traffic, because the core foundation of the gift, save, plan, share, and book is already done. So we don't want to confuse customers by adding more and more features. So that's why our next big step in the next probably about 3 months will be, probably by September, will be global expansion. So anybody around the world you can start packing your suitcase and remember your toothbrush and all that kind of stuff because you're going to be taking a trip. So that's the next one. The one after that, we have a multitude of additional features for the website, but we'll then be spinning probably by the end of the year more towards the smartphone app. This year has been an incredibly good acceleration for us. We just don't want to be in a situation that we fall into the trap where you do too many things and customers get too confused when they like what we have now, and we want to do a long, slow growth with our customers and keep them heavily involved. I mean, your customers are your biggest deal to you,
right?
Apart from your pets.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So if they get their account on MyTab, then, I mean, that is the place to be, and... They're not, or go to Facebook, and they will be able to know everything that is currently happening as well as anything that's coming up.
Yeah, well, what we do is we've got facebook.com/MyTab, and we've got twitter.com at MyTab as our handle on Twitter, and we've got our Google Plus account and our Pinterest/MyTab and YouTube MyTab CO. But what we do is we email our customers once a month, mid-month. We actually update journalists like only once a month. We don't send them out press releases. We just send them out an update of what new features, what new sets, what new data's come through that could be interesting. And then 2 days later, we update our customers. And it could be fun stuff about like we change our logo for different seasonal events. So say, for example, we've just done our Father's Day logo where we had him spinning a tie, the logo Kevin Bacon spinning a tie, and Mother's Day flowers are coming out of his coin box. And we do those reinforcement, those fun things for our customers. So you can definitely, once you've signed up to MyTab, you're always going to be updated once a month of what's going on, unless you obviously check the regular social accounts.
Okay. Now, one more question is going to be, Heddi, what is your travel looking like? Any fun trips planned?
I just came back from the UK. I came to see a friend. I went to see a friend of mine who had a little baby boy, and he in London. And then went to see my family. Went to Leeds and Manchester, which was loads of fun and actually sunny. It wasn't raining, so that was like a bonus in itself that England wasn't pouring down with rain. It was like I didn't know what to do with myself. I was absolutely bemused that I could wear a t-shirt. And the next trip that I'm aiming for is to Israel, because I absolutely love Israel. And then at the end of the year is visiting my sister, taking a trip with my sister and her family, and meeting them in Miami. So that's the short-term ones. And then hopefully sometime next year, and I've got the reminder down, and I've also created a trip. My cousin had a monkey sanctuary in Ecuador, so I want to go there.
Oh my goodness.
What about you? What's yours?
Oh, well, I think I was telling you, one, I lived in Israel for a year, so I mean...
Oh, fantastic! Whereabouts?
I lived in Tel Aviv, had office in Herzliya, but then of course, it's not hard to get around, to Jerusalem, Eilat.
No, it's amazing. Herzliya is beautiful. Herzliya too, that's lovely. Yeah.
Of course. So let me see, coming out probably back to Europe, hopefully in the next couple of months.
Where are you going to go? Where are you heading to?
Germany. All over in Germany.
Nice.
Looking to do in more towards the winter time, Spain, because Germany is just too cold in the winter.
Yeah, too right. Where did you say in Germany again?
Well, I mean, last time I was all over from Dusseldorf all the way up to Flensburg. Didn't quite cross over into Denmark, but maybe this go I'll venture over into that country. Have
you been to Cologne before?
Yes, passed through Cologne twice when I was there. Yeah,
I love Cologne. It's beautiful. I love the Duomo, the cathedral. Is the last time I went there, I cried.
So beautiful.
I was so overwhelmed by it that I cried. It was ridiculous.
You're like me. You were just like, I just need to cry, okay?
Oh, it's the same thing whenever I get on the plane, but I always do that. There's going to be something that I have a few friends and I don't know whether you have this. Anybody may be listening is going to think that we're probably nuts, but whenever I get on a long haul flight, never a short haul, like from San Francisco to LA, I'm fine with that. But a long haul, I always cry on the plane, and I actually found out there's something to do with the air pressure that creates this endorphin release in you. And I have loads of my friends. Every time they go on the plane, they do the same thing as well. So I don't know whether it's a wind down before you go on vacation, or it's I don't know what it's for, but God help the person sat next to me.
That's amazing. Oh, Heddi, you're doing these are just incredible stuff. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so much for creating MyTab. I'm totally mesmerized.
Brilliant. Anybody want to get in touch with us, an email speakup@mytab.co. We want to hear from you. So absolutely, yes. So no, this is fantastic. Very excited for your European trip coming up.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. To our listeners, we will make sure to have all of Heddi's information on our website, on our social media. So, but I mean, go to the website right now, mytab.co. Get your account, start planning those trips, because, why not? Heddi, thank you again for joining us. To our audience, thank you for listening. Get out there, build something beautiful. Until next time, take care.